Noita. Definitely one of my favorite games. Yes, Noita. I thought I had votes turned off. Hold on. Weird. Anyway. I don't feel like playing with votes turned on right now, but we'll see how I feel as the night goes on. I don't want to be completely sabotaged in a good run. That is an accurate summary of my feelings. I have polymorphine in my flask. And you know what? It was useful. Bad luck on the electrical current there. Yeah, like, everything in this game does have use, it's just that polymorphine is really hard to make useful. That was kind of a brute force use for it, but at least it was a use for it. It definitely would have been way better to just, like, pour the polymorphine out and replace it with water, but... you know, we take our victories where we can get them. I'm getting a little bit of lag, which is weird because I shouldn't be running anything else. I restarted my PC before stream, which usually works to prevent this sort of thing. Okay, let's clear it up. This is fine. I have been playing a bunch of modded Minecraft, so I keep having to stop myself from trying to engage hover mode on my jetpack. Yeah, sometimes technology is a jerk. My PC has been acting up recently. It's been acting up a lot less since I replaced my my failing GPU. But at the same time, I could definitely go for a more up-to-date overall system. But that's a problem for future Ariel. By the way, how's the audio balance? Like, my voice is coming through fine, the gameplay is coming through fine, neither one is really overpowering the other. Everything's good? Good to hear it. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the bottom right and I'm gonna pick up the tablet from the lava lake. Just because being able to throw a giant rock at people is really, really useful in a wide variety of situations. It's also useful in Noita. Just a normal day for me, yeah. I kinda don't want to get near that thing. Oh crap. That could have gotten way worse. Okay. See, that's what I was going for. We'll just let the acid dilute itself and grab the money. We lost a little bit of the skin from our face, but I mean, it's not like we needed all of it. Ow. I have come to terms with the fact that, like, exploding is just a thing that happens to me. It's like, it's not even a thing that just happens to me sometimes, it's just a thing that happens to me. Blood is really nice because it does all the same things as water in terms of like extinguishing fires and like helping you to wash yourself off. It also gives you slightly increased chance to crit, which is really nice. But I generally prefer water over it because water can purify poison in the world where blood can't. Yeah, water and water and water, water. I might start playing Final Fantasy on Monday. Maybe like Final Fantasy VII. I like the thought of doing every Final Fantasy on stream. And 7 is one that I happen to actually own. I also own 9 and 10, but I kind of feel like... I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm kind of in the mood to do FF7. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say 9 is the best and 10 is the worst. I have no strong opinions. I played a little bit of both of them, and then just like stopped for various reasons. Of the two of them, I think I preferred 10, honestly. Oh, this is a cool item. It has its own personal gravity field, so it pulls things in towards you. It has niche uses. Mostly, though, it's just for the gimmick of being cool. It's like, hey, check it out, I can pull objects towards me. Oh dear. This is a wand. This is a very dangerous wand. So obviously I'm keeping it. This has always cast Glittering Field on it, and Glittering Field makes a bunch of small explosions happen around me. Which is dangerous. That's a pheromone potion, that's really good. I'll take pheromone over this moon thing any day. Sorry, Moon. You can see how it's like pulling my shots in. Let's see. Oh my god. That's a lot of black holes. That's teleport bolts. That's really good. This is just the best mountain. What the hell? Pardon my French. The perks are very mid, but the wands are amazing. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the chainsaw. This chainsaw is just one of the strongest spells in the game. The wand that it's on is pretty awesome too. Alright, check this out. I take this and I put it here. Yeah. There we go. Super fast, fires every frame, decent radius. The recharge time is not amazing. So maybe not. Maybe up here? Okay, recharge time is better on that one. The chainsaw has negative recharge time, so it's okay if the one's a little bit slower. Black holes are more useful later, so I'll just keep this in mind that it's a highly accessible source of them. And teleport bolts are amazing for mobility. So I'll take this, I'll put this here as my bombing wand, which can only end in hilarity because of that always cast. And I'll put this here because this is a faster wand. I'm missing a basic projectile, but I think I'll make it work. Let's go with item radar. She did not make it work. Oh, that was nearly very scary. That's a chaos die. It's an unlockable item. You kick or attack it, it rolls a random number, and then something random happens based on the number rolled. And I apparently got an explosion of freezing bolts, which would have been really bad if they'd hit me. Ow, that's a little bit of a sting. Ow, I forgot I wasn't using a projectile, I'm using a melee weapon. These things happen. I like the weird kind of like stringed instrument in the background music here. It's like bam, 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 bam. Reminds me of when I would like stretch a rubber band between two fingers and play it like a guitar. So I couldn't afford a guitar back when I was a kid. Okay, it's another one of these things. Nice. Did I just hit that thing by bonking it with the bomb? That's kind of cool. This is a shop with a lightsaber for sale. And if somebody offers to sell you a lightsaber, you always say yes. So I need a little bit more money for that. My hair is tickling my nose. I hate when that happens. It's like, how could you betray me, hair? Not to brag too much, but I actually got stopped by a random woman on the street today just to compliment my hair. True story. You can have a little destruction as a treat. Yeah, not to brag, but I'm bragging. Exactly. See, if I pretend to be humble, I get all the benefits of being, like, super cocky. But then I also get the benefits of, like, being humble. I can have my cake and brag about it, too. I've just been manipulating you all along. Ow. The fridge isn't real. That is a reference that I don't get. Oh wait, that's the live stream thing, isn't it? It's like, y'all want to know what's in the fridge? Here's what's in the fridge. It's nothing. The fridge isn't real. It's that one. I think I remember that clip. I have no idea who that person was, but like, even though I was not invested before seeing that clip, like, I was enthralled by the payoff. Yeah. What's in the fridge, Wayne? So this is metal, which is normally very difficult to get through. But I have concentrated mana, which is to metal what acid is to most other things. Which is just gonna get us right in there. This is critical on wet enemies, which is one of the strongest spells in the game. Ow. This is why we don't like Glimmering Field. I just hit myself for most of my remaining health. Yeah. Let's go back and buy that lightsaber. I don't know if you heard that sound that I made. Let's go back and buy that lightsaber. If I can find it. It's like, yeah, that sounds about right. Oh wait, I can use this thing for projectiles now. That's cool. We want to mix up the blood with the poison. Sorry, the water with the poison to make more water. Screw this thing. Critical on burning. You might think that this is roughly equivalent in value to critical on wet. It's not. This thing is nowhere near as good. The reason for that is you can attach a water modifier to your spell, and even if an enemy is immune to being stained with water, it makes them count as a wet enemy for the purpose of resolving critical on wet. So critical on wet and then water on a projectile makes a projectile that is always 100% guaranteed to critically strike. And in Noita, critical strikes do 5 times damage. So it's a very powerful, very cheap source of quintuple damage, which stacks multiplicatively with sources of raw damage. So if you have a modifier that's just like plus 10 damage, well now that's plus 50 damage. Of course, you have to find the wet modifier, but I mean... We're thinking long-term here. What I'm saying is that I'm cheating. I'm not cheating, I'm just demonstrating proficiency with the game's mechanics. If the devs didn't want us to be able to do that, they wouldn't have made it work like that. Now, where did I put that shop? Not down there. Add that one to the aerial noise sound bang. The sharp inhale. That did not look like a shop. Yeah, that was not a shop. That was an alchemist and a man with a shotgun. So arguably just like an average American drugstore. My health is low and I'm kind of worried about dying, so I might just give up on trying to find the shop and actually finish this stage so I can get my health back. Oh, never mind. You just have to act like you don't want it. But lightsaber. Exactly. Alright, we're gonna dig through here. I'm scared of that bug up there because it can shoot fire at me. And if somebody shoots fire at me, I might catch fire. And if I catch fire, I might die. But we made it through. That's a lot of lightsabers for roughly the same cost as one lightsaber. Anyway. Nothing spectacular here. Spark bolt. Yeah, this is lightsaber with timer. These are also all lightsaber with timer. This would be probably a better... Yeah. Okay, so these perks are all actually really good. The spells that I've gotten have been kind of mid, so I'm actually going to go with Concentrated Spells. Concentrated Spells does a few things, but most notably... I'll just put this on here as a thing. Concentrated Spells adds 25 damage. Or maybe it's not 25 damage, but it adds a lot of damage to spells. Just as a perk that applies to everything. This casts 6 spells at once, so... I'll just do it like this. It also dramatically tightens the spread, which is going to be really nice. I'll put this away for now, because being able to dig with a chainsaw is not as useful here. I kind of want access to the lightsaber, but I don't know what I'd give up for it. I would put lightsaber on this wand, but the always cast Glimmer Field is kind of a pain. I could buy this and use it for the lightsaber, but that's really expensive for kind of a niche scenario. So instead I'll just do without for now. Okay, so the best case scenario... Oh, also the bonus damage applies to every projectile individually, so that's like plus 60 damage for me right now. If I hit. Ow. Like how the teleport bolt actually did damage there. Yeah, so in a perfect world, I find add mana right about now. Add mana is a spell that is just blue border, blue ball, modifies a spell like one of these things, an individual spell, to have 30% less mana as the cost. And the fun thing about that is that it can actually make the cost negative, which adds mana to the wand, hence the name. And if you attach that to Luminous Drill with Timer, which casts 30, oh hi, it gives you essentially no mana throttling. You just cast it indefinitely, which is really good. I will say, these runs are a lot more smooth when I'm not getting blown up every 45 seconds. By chat. Calling you out. 4, yeah. Don't scare me like that, I actually checked the corner. I was like, oh crap. You got me conditioned like Pavlov's dog. I've been trained. Casual 390 crit, no big deal. Yeah, to fear the 4, exactly. This one just has a bunch of farts on it. 4 does mean death, yes. I've actually forgotten why 4 means death. I think it's because it's pronounced she, which also means death. Or rather like end? Yeah. Yeah, you said it in chat. And then 108 is another number associated with death because it's like, that's how many, like, sins there are that you have to cleanse yourself of before you can, like, become enlightened and move on, I think. Though I'm really rusty on that one. Yeah, it's something along those lines, but I might have gotten it wrong, so please don't take it as gospel. That is a pouch filled with gold. A pouch filled with gold has a certain amount of utility. As I just demonstrated. That is a 1, we like 1s. Ow. Okay, I'm just gonna try and drop out of that one from above. It makes me goddamn rich. Exactly. So, a long time ago when I was a kid, I was watching Disney's Recess. I wonder if that show's still running, or rerunning. Anyway, and in one episode they call a $100 bill a C note, and I always wondered why they called it that, and it wasn't until, like, recently I'm just like, oh wait, C is the Roman numeral for 100. And like as a child I thought $100 was basically infinite money. Okay, just need my heart to start beating again after that one. Look at this, look at this. Look at how close I came to immediate death. Like... how did that not hit me? It like passed through my face and blew up behind me. And... ow. No, not teleport. Normal. Christ. Okay, we're done, we're leaving. We are going on. Ah, fuck. Alright. This is an intimidating looking one, but the recharge time is absolute dog water. I'm scared to use this because the glitter field might kill me. So I just want to leave. It's a sniper. And I'm gone. Alright. Look at what I found. Alright, so check this out. Ooh, unlimited spells. These statues can't actually be critically hit, but this is going to be a guaranteed crit on everything. It's also going to put a lot of water everywhere. But, you know, these things happen. Unlimited spells, though. That kind of changes the dynamic a bit. Because I can use spells that normally have limited charges an unlimited number of times. I don't know if that applies to Giant Magic Missile. Let's find out. Alright, cool. Unlimited shots. Let's put this here. This thing has low charge speed, but it'll get the job done. And this one has served its purpose. I want something a little bit more reliable. Alright. And I really like this because I'm going into the Hisi base, which has a bunch of mechanical enemies who are particularly vulnerable to explosions. It's also full of electricity stuff. Also, yes, all of these spells are going to be critting now. It's also got a bunch of, like, lose electricity, so perhaps flooding it with water is unwise, but I've committed to this course of action. That right there, that is what I call a pinky. If I play my cards right, she can become my girlfriend. Ow. Ow. Oh. Basically her thing is... I say her because she's in pink. Her thing is that she goes around healing the other Hisi. But if you manage to get yourself in the way of the healing bolt, you get healed instead. It's like the opposite of friendly fire. Casual 4-digit damage, nice. I also have a flask full of pheromone, which I can use to just more traditionally seduce her. So I cover her with it until she gets, interested in me. And now she'll come down and heal me of her own volition. I said now she'll come down and heal me of her own volition. Which is useful because I took a bunch of damage. And this is why pheromone is one of the best flasks in the game. Oh crap, I just accidentally killed my girlfriend. Well, you know what they say, there's always more fish in the sea. Hey look, I've had a new girlfriend. She's probably about to die when the cloud of frozen vapors from that propane tank comes up and just like eviscerates her. So, rest in peace to my girlfriend. I just met you and this is crazy, but maybe, actually, no, she's kind of, like, going through it. Alright, never mind. Just like Macbeth. Was Macbeth the one that killed his girlfriend? It has been a very long time since I've had anything to do with Shakespeare. What's in here? Oh, this is a fun spell. This is an amazing wand. Holy crap! Look at this charge speed, and look at this. Look at these stats. That's really, really good. As a matter of fact, that might be good enough that it maybe can sustain a lightsaber without add mana. Let's find out. If we teleport back in, never mind, I fucked it up. Yeah, the spells on it or whatever, but the wand body itself is very interesting. Yeah, these things happen. You make little mistakes. That said, this is a really, really good Hisi base. I'm very, very well equipped for it. I've got pheromone, I've got explosions, I've got really powerful projectiles, actually. Like, getting water and crit on wet is such a strong combo, especially this early on. It's a bit messy, but it gets the job done. Oh look, 2 girlfriends. So there's a cool trick you can do if you have more than one girlfriend. Where you physically abuse them, and they comfort each other, and then you come in and you just like, kind of mooch off of it. Like that. You don't even have to seduce them. I'm not cheating, I'm polyamorous. It's totally different. Oh, you meant the water crits? That's not cheating, that's just how it works. You call it cheating if you're playing Final Fantasy and you like, ow, if you like get a better weapon that does more damage. It's like, no, that's just how the game works. You're not cheating. Then why can't you ever do it? Do what? Water crits. Have you tried to do water crits? Have you put crit on water and then water on the same weapon? You have. Maybe you did it wrong then? Oh, you haven't done it. Then that's why. You can't do it if you haven't done it. That was a mistake. And I think that... Who won? I think that... Oh, those are Fireball Saw Blades. I think that discretion is the better part of valor, so I'm gonna leave. Alright, where was I? I just wanted to see if this thing can sustain a lightsaber. It cannot, but if I put this here... It's a lot better. And if I put this here... It works, but it rips through the mana, because reducing speed is actually kind of expensive. Or rather, increasing speed by reducing the speed stats, which... Ooh, Breathless. This is really nice with Water Trail, because it means I can breathe. I'm just gonna go with like this. As a digging spell. It's not the best one possible, but it's gonna work really well. I'll replace one of these magic arrows with a spark bolt because of the extra crit chance on the spark bolt applies to every projectile. And a crit can crit. And the multiplier is additive. So a critical crit does 10 times damage. Incidentally. Up next is the jungle biome, which in my opinion is easier than the Hisi biome. Yeah, I really think that jungle and Hisi should be swapped. It just... I don't know. I feel like you, unless you're really lucky, you don't get the tools you really need for Hisi until you reach the jungle. There's a fair amount of knockback on this, probably from the concentrated spells. Also, without an explosive spell, it's kind of hard to blast through this terrain. So it might be better to actually go back and make an explosive one instead. Let's do that. There are a few things that the drill can cut through that explosions can't, but I'm not really having anything to do with that right now, so... Yeah, Breathless also improves my mobility in water, so I no longer really care about the fact that I'm like flooding the area with water. A really fun perk to pick up at this point would be the perk called Electricity. Which makes me immune to electricity, but also causes me to generate electricity. And with that, I can do a really fun build where I fill the screen with water and then electrify it. And just like everything that isn't outright immune to electricity just dies. It's really fun. This is a really good wand, except for the fact that it's shuffle. The spells are kind of whatever. I spotted a chest in that flash of light. It's a real treasure chest, not a mimic, and it's filled with money. Oh, that's very true. With the water trail, I'm much less likely to catch fire. And fire is definitely a major environmental hazard in the forest. Oh, crap. We call these heart mages, and if they hit you, they cut your max health in half, which is not generally a pleasant experience. With a little bit of effort, you can make it a very pleasant experience, but I'm not set up for that, so... What I'm doing right now is I'm making my way to the east side of the jungle, because there is a cave on the east side that has a dragon egg in it, and if I crack open that egg, I can fight the dragon, and if I fight the dragon, I get some really nice loot. This is a fake chest. This is a mimic. I could tell because it was floating and it was stained. Only creatures can be stained. I'm not built for it. What makes you think I'm not built for the dragon? I'm totally built for the dragon. The dragon will spawn when I get closer to the middle of the egg, so I'll clear a path, get in there to spawn it, get out, and then two-shot it because crit on water is OP. And it usually drops a really, really good wand. Also a max health up and an orbit spell. And if it's your first time killing the dragon, you also unlock the orbit spells for like random spells that you can just pick up in the world. Decent one, but it's shuffle, which is not great. This one is not shuffle. This one is amazing. This is a really good run. I like the triple spells, but I can't take them, so I'll just leave this here. And I think that's a decent amount of money for this stage of the game. Circle of Water if you really want to go all in. Ooh, Perk Lottery. Probably the best perk in the game. 50% chance that you get more than one perk. It can activate off of picking off itself. It didn't, but it could have. We'll get rid of all these. We'll keep one as a treat. And let's move all of this down here. Onto a much stronger wand. This one only has one spell per cast, but I can get around that with a multicast. And the spread that imposes is negated by the fact that I have concentrated spells. Because normally this adds a ton of spread. None of these spells are really worth much. Let's go over here. And I can make this faster by adding a chainsaw to it. And if I set it up like this... Yeah, much better fire rate if I do it like this. Alright. Also, I don't want to put that there. Ooh, I could also put this here. Now we're talking. Alright, that's some damage. For this area, I think I want the lightsaber back. It's not super fast, but it'll get the job done. I also filled this entire area with water, that's a little silly. Oh, the gods are mad now. I wonder why. Oh, you know what? Probably an enemy chewed through the ground up here. Anyway. Yeah, so this area is normally really brutal, but I'm just doing so much damage I don't actually care about 99% of the stuff in here right about now. I'll shoot water over that guy's head because he's a fire mage and water is like acid to him, and if he dies for environmental factors, he'll drop double money. There's a wand up there, and with the lightsaber I can dig through the metal to get to it. This run is going really well. This wand is not amazing, but I'll take it because it's better than this one. We're getting a little bit laggy. This happens when you get to this area, especially when you're throwing this much water around. Like, every single one of those pixels has to be, like, simulated, like how it's gonna flow. And that's kind of heavy when I'm also streaming. It's kind of heavy even when I'm not streaming, so like, honestly, it's doing really, really well for what it is. Ow. I was not looking at the projectiles, I was looking at the money. That's Flamuxium, I was hoping it would be Ambrosia. This enemy is probably the hardest enemy in this vault, and he's just dead because crit on water, and water is OP. Hit on water, and water, and water, water. You thought the bug would be immune to that attack? That bug is, if memory serves, ludicrously resistant to explosions, and I think half resistant to projectiles. But I do so much damage that it really doesn't matter. Like, it's just so much raw damage that unless you're outright immune to projectiles, you're just going to die. You thought he was immune? Nope, just resistant. Yeah, that went really well. Oh right, Steve's gonna be mad at me. Unfortunately, Steve is not immune to projectiles, so... All-Seeing Eye is really good. So is Explosion Immunity. Explosion Immunity is ludicrously good. But I'm actually going to go with All-Seeing Eye because I'm greedy, and I want to see more loot. We'll just wait for the fire to go out here. Now, I fully expect to die as a direct result of not becoming immune to explosions. Yeah. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, some of these spells are interesting, but I don't want any of them right now. I'll keep this, and the rest is kind of whatever. Why did I take those? I don't need those. Alright, Temple of the Art. Exceedingly dangerous area. Unfortunately for them, I do... Oh crap, I just clicked off screen. Unfortunately for them, I do quite a lot of damage. Lots of incredibly scary enemies in here. Yeah. Unfortunately for them, I clicked off screen. They can't hurt me if I'm not playing the game, taps forehead. Oh, that's Cursed Rock. If I touch that, I take a bunch of damage. So this enemy is like a tank. He pulls attacks towards himself and then like resists 90% of the damage. Unfortunately for him, 10% of like 1,000,000 damage is still enough to one-shot him. Well, 2-shot, but who's counting? Me, you think? Yeah, I am counting. This is a very good run. Almost entirely off the back of this combo. But like, we take those, so... I don't have what I need to trigger another secret. Tempting fate with the brags. Am I bragging, though? For me, it's more like running my mouth, active commentary, stream of consciousness, I'm streaming. Yes, okay, then yes, I'm bragging. What are you gonna do about it? You'll do nothing. Noita, though. Yeah, Noita might do something about it. Yeah, I'm missing a few really important components to make this like a proper god run, but I'm definitely en route for it. Okay, that's a lot to parse. I like Sparkbolt Trigger. I like Black Hole Timer, just because it's free. I like Quad Spell, and I like Double Spell. And the wand itself is pretty good, except it's Shuffle. Just delete Shuffle, easy. I would if I could. And if fate will throw me a bone, I will. That's a treasure chest. I like treasure chests. That said, I'm absolutely not going to fire this one because it has nuke on it, and it could just straight up kill me immediately. Because, you know, shuffle. Nuke might be on top of the stack, and I wouldn't know until I died. Not if I'd done immune to explosions. This is true. Yeah. Yeah, but if I had done immune to explosions, I wouldn't have all-seeing eye. We'll just make ourselves a little platform there to stand on. Poke a little hole through the wall here. And then teleport through. Easy. This is a very good wand body. With a bunch of lightning on it. Yeah, this wand would be god tier early game. At this stage, it's kind of not amazing. At this stage, what I'd do is I would take the horizontal path off of it, but what's the word? I don't have room for it. So this triangular thing here is a secret that I would love to trigger right about now, but I don't have what I need to set it off. So it'll just have to wait here for now. But that means I'm right at the bottom, so I can move on to the final Holy Mountain once I dig through this floor. Alright. Extra max HP, we like that. It'll take a minute to get there, so, egg. Yes, that is actually how you do it. You throw eggs at the triangles until they wake up and start attacking you. And the really cool thing about those triangles is it's 4 individual triangles, and every single triangle, when you kill it, drops a spell. And the spell can literally be any spell in the entire game that you have unlocked. Which can be a semi-reliable source of some of the ludicrously rare spells, because it's basically the same chance for everything. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on here, but yeah. End of everything, end of everything, end of everything, and more eggs. That is also a possibility. I'm gonna take none of these all suck. Extra life, contact damage, hungry ghost. I'm gonna take extra life. Ooh, and hungry ghost. Excellent. Perk lottery coming in. I could very easily go beat the game now, but I'm not going to. I am going to throw this in a pit. I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna take this. And I'm going to mentally prepare myself for the journey back up. Luckily, I've got black holes, which is going to make it a little bit faster. Yeah, this is going to be a long trip, but it's an off-the-rails run with a bit more... Yes. And we do like going off the rails. We really like going off the rails, in fact. We don't need any of this. We don't need that. We don't need it. We'll keep this. I've angered the gods, but they were mad anyway, so who cares, really? That's what we're talking about. The recharge speed is actually decent. F gods, all my homies hate gods. Exactly. Okay. Yeah, the charge speed on this isn't spectacular. Yeah, it's actually better to use the old wand. Never mind. Okay. That'll do. Okay. This will lower the speed of this by a little bit, but I think I'll be okay. Because, like, you really want a fast digging speed on your digging wand. Otherwise, this just takes forever. Also, since that did free up a slot here, I'm actually going to do this. And what this will do is it'll compress all of this into one spark bolt, which is going to do a lot of damage, because it'll spawn all of this stuff on the point of contact. It's just a lot of damage. Alright, so at this point in time, what I want to do is I want to make it back up to the surface. And I have two options for doing that. I can repeat this process, and I can just dig straight up from the bottom of the game to the top of the game. Or I can climb what's called the tower, which is sort of a gauntlet compressed version of the entire game upside down, with one of the best wands in the game as a reward at the end. So I'll be doing that. Because I really want those good wands. I'm risking it? Yes, I am risking it. I feel powerful enough to fight the tower, so I'm gonna fight the tower. Pray. No, the gods are mad at me. Praying would just make things worse. Like I say, I do enough damage to one-shot basically everything. I think I'll be okay. That's Worm Pheromone. Worm Pheromone is, like, not amazingly useful. That's a Master of Toxins. We'll just kill him because we don't like it when people, like, sneeze on us. And what I'm doing now is I'm going as far to the left as I can. Yeah, that's true. Sneezing is cute if you do it, like, once or twice. It's not cute if you do it, like, 17 times in a row and it, like, actually starts to hurt really bad. I call these guys curse ticks. They are immune to damage, and they deal a lot of damage very rapidly on contact. But they have these crystal things that are their true bodies, and if you break it, they just die. Extra HP, never turn your nose up to that. We are taking some hits, which is not spectacular. But it is what it is. I'm not actually sure what popped out of that. It died before I could see it. It was probably spiders. What it is Noita, yes. This is a very fun game. It's arguably, in my opinion, the best purely single-player game I've ever played. I'd have to really think that over to say it with confidence, but it's easily top 5. Whether or not it's number 1, maybe not, but like, definitely like a must-play in my books. Pikmin. Pikmin was fun, but like, I don't know. Maybe once I actually play Pikmin and not just the demo. Also, I saw a video earlier today that was just like, by the way, in Pikmin you play as a necromancer, don't believe me? Well, you turn the corpses of your fallen enemies into your minions, and I'm just like, you know what? You make a point. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, that really hurt. I did not see that was still alive. So that's a lot of damage. I'm down to double-digit health, which is not amazing. But I still think I can make this work. I am looking for... You might notice that I hit like a solid stone wall and then I went up and now I'm going left again. This is the path to the tower. What I'm looking for is the next left dense rock wall, which will be my cue to start going up. And then up there will be a portal to the tower, and from there I either die or the run really starts. I can summon ducks with this. The wand itself is decent, I'll take it. Yeah, ducks, run, start. Yeah. Now, if they were geese, like, that would be, like, a terrifying force to conquer the world with. But if they're just ducks, it's like, I don't know. Ducks or Geese Howard? Oh, sorry, geese or Geese Howard. Geese, like the birds. Geese Howard would lose a fight to Geese the birds. Can geese input read? Yes, they can. Also, fun goose fact. Geese have teeth. Like, you might think, oh, but they have beaks. How can they have teeth if they have beaks? Literally, the roof of their beak is just lined with hundreds of teeth. It's terrifying. Final Eclipse, welcome. I am going off I'm going off the rails. You had a late day. That's unfortunate, but at least it's a weekend. So hopefully you can have fun over the weekend. Yeah. Well, we are going off the rails. The question is, how long will we survive off the rails? It's like, whether or not it's going to happen has already been established. It's just, how successful will I be? That's the real question. I feel like I'm about as prepared as I'm going to be. Carve our way through the lava, get to this portal, and Alright, let's go. And now I basically do the entire game, but upside down and backwards. So I'm going up through little mini versions of each biome, where the enemies are all scaled to the tower. Yeah, double prey. Yeah, wacky. Yep, it's pretty cool. And we are being very careful. Enemies that appear in a blue spark like that are illusionary enemies that can hurt me, but I can't hurt. So it's best to just ignore them. Like that, that's an illusionary enemy. I can't hurt it. But I really don't want to get hit by it. That's an illusionary worm. That's very scary. They're being generated by this thing, which I don't know if I can destroy. I might need explosions to kill that thing. Nope, it's dead. Just had a lot of HP. I've already not run into 10 lightning dudes. It's already a better run than most. Fair point. That guy has too many shields for me to break through with such little rate of fire. So this guy's thing is that he turns nearby projectiles into lightning bolts, which I just don't want to deal with. Discretion is the better part of valor. These ants spit acid, because of course they do. Yeah, speaking of lightning duders. I've always had a soft spot for enemies that are just like geometric shapes that hate you. Okay, so this is a Tower Hisi base, and I could get a girlfriend here. Hey look, a girlfriend. I want to be very, very careful. I want to treat her right. But she's hanging out with a bad crowd, and I don't necessarily know if... Oh crap, that's really bad. Okay, that's actually not too bad. That's disabled any immunity perks that I might have, but I don't have any immunity perks. That's an illusionary enemy. That's an enemy that's copying my projectiles. I would really like to get some alone time with my girlfriend. Sadly, these illusionary enemies are really making life difficult. That's a mimic. I can tell... Is this an illusion too? No, it's not. Is that... That's Phyluxium. Mimic. I could tell because if you mouse over a real treasure chest, it says up here treasure chest, but if you mouse over a mimic, it doesn't say anything. Don't mind the giant hell skull things. Thank you for the assist, Duko. I appreciate it. Alright, that thing is dead. That'll get rid of the illusions. I hope my girlfriend is alive. Thank you for eating that projectile, hungry ghost. Ow, that's really bad. Please be alive, girlfriend. I think my girlfriend might be dead. That's really bad. This is a cold mage. He is just freezing the water that gets near him. Okay. I really need a new girlfriend. Ow, cursed rock, that's bad. I should not have touched that. That could have been the death of me. If I get in the area, there's like a cursed aura that also deals damage. So like, I just want to be nowhere near it, really. Really, really, really need a girlfriend right about now. If it weren't for that cursed rock, I could... If this were like any other zone, I could just dig into the walls and like tunnel up and be safe like that. But I cannot do that here. Because of the cursed rock. Which is exactly why they put it there. That is the exact same Steve from the Holy Mountains. They are hostile to you in here, and if you kill them in here, it enrages the gods if they weren't already. Just because the tower hates you. Concentrated mana. That's a animated statue of another Noita. They're really annoying because they don't take damage at all from most sources. I'm scared I should not have touched that metal because of that electricity. I just really, really want to find a Pinky. I want a girlfriend. I'm taking all the risks. I kind of need to. Like... Yeah. Oh, right, crap, bad. Okay, we're fine. Not even worried a little bit. Okay, we're back in the snowy area, which is not conductive for finding a girlfriend. We are down to 8 hit points. Yeah, going down doesn't clear the tower. Well, I'm trying to find another Hisi healer in the Hisi base, which is why I'm going up and down instead of just up and up. But I went down and down. Well, I was trying to avoid death and death. Okay. We are just living on borrowed time at this point. Like, the Reaper is like for his appointment. And we're just going to work with that. What's on this? It was not a Circle of Vigor, which would have made my night. Would have made my whole week, really. Okay. Just have to be calm. Just gotta be calm. Just gotta one-shot everything before it one-shots me. I think there can be Hisi healers up in this area too, they're just more uncommon. That person is also in pink, but they're not a healer, they're a mine layer. If I break that, I think it'll turn the area around it into Cursed Rock, which I don't want. We got Ukos we don't like. We are just kind of, we're just kind of taking this moment by moment at this point, but we're almost done. We just need Temple of the Art and then Hell. Yeah, that was risky, but I didn't have a choice. You know what they say, you miss all the shots you don't take. And I had to take that shot. There was just no way around it. Okay, I don't like being this close to the cursed rock. But, ooh, girlfriend. No, don't you hurt my girlfriend, please. I think they just hurt my girlfriend. Dang it. Okay. That thing is very scary. We are just leaving. Get rid of that. Ow. That's a flask of teleportanium. That would have been really nice to catch. Oh well. We are down to 5 hit points, but we are so close to just winning this. Just nice, slow, steady, calm, collected. We have time. We don't make mistakes. We don't get greedy. We don't go for the money. We don't get hit by grenades. We kill Uko on sight. We kill Wasp on sight. We kill Maggot because he might try something and we don't like that. That enemy is putting out a field that is making the enemies around him invincible. Which means I have to kill him first if I want to kill anything else in the area. This is a sandstone cavern, which is the end of the tower. I just have to not die at the last second and claim my reward from this diamond. And I win. Oh, that was stressful. That was very stressful. But my reward is my pick of 3 of the best wands in the game. The Wand of Multitudes, which has decent stats, but also 26 capacity. Most wands only go up to 25. And it casts all those spells at once. The Wand of Destruction, which always casts Nuke. And Wand of Swiftness, which has amazing stats. And I'm gonna go with the Wand of Swiftness. Holding your breath isn't good while sick. Yes, please breathe. Like, let me have the panic. Let me have the panic attack. Why would I teleport? Because I forgot about the cursed rock and I wanted to go fast. That's why. Well, we made it. We burned our extra life that I forgot I had. Why am I Fox? Look, I just go fast. It's what I do. Okay. That was very exciting. Anyway, I'm gonna pick some stuff up now. Well, stuff. Oh my god. I can only be a fox. I can't be anything else. God, imagine. Yeah, bested by the zoomies. Imagine if I hadn't picked up that extra life, and after doing that tower run, that was how the run ended. That would have been a feeling. That would have been a feeling right there. A cautionary tale. It's okay to want to be like Ariel, just, you know, pick and choose. Like, which bits you really think are important. Alright. So yeah, this wand is basically just amazing. So I'll do this, and I'll do this. It's also non-shuffle. And it makes a really good infinite lightsaber for right now. That said, I should be good to fight the alchemist boss, which comes next. do I want to put this on this wand instead? Let's see how this plays. Okay. Let's go back with what we were doing that was working well. Okay. What in the fuck? It was casting all these spells absurdly quickly because it's the Wand of Swiftness, and I have concentrated spells, which also increases recoil. That's what happened there. Alright. We'll just dig our way back out. And now I'm on my way to a secret area called the Alchemist's Laboratory. Which is literally just right next to the starting zone, but it's through a dark cave, which you normally can't see through, but I have all-seeing eyes, so I can see through it. So normally you have to like navigate the cave in the dark, or just like dig around it, but I'm gonna go through it. Because it's filled with water and it's dark, but I can navigate water and I can see through darkness. Digging your way out of a holy mountain always takes a little while. It would go a lot faster if I used black holes. But I don't quite yet have the spells that I need to make black holes really good for digging. Because even though I have unlimited spells, black holes still have limited charges. And what I want to get from the Alchemist is something that will let me break the charge limit on spells that have limited charges, even with unlimited spells. Because there are some spells that, even unlimited spells, like I just said, don't give unlimited charges to because they'd just be way too good. But killing the Alchemist, I can get those spells with unlimited charges anyway. Right, we broke out. Here's the dark cave, but it's just the cave because I can see through it. That's a full heal. What I'm looking for is this thing, health up. Yeah, the best use of all-seeing. All-seeing eye you can use to see in the dark cave, the magic temple, and I think the wizard's den are all pitch black without all-seeing eye. Now, while I'm in here, what I want to do is I want to pick up some ambrosia as well. Ambrosia has a really high chance to spawn in the Alchemist's den. And you can also find globes filled with it, which, with a bit of effort, you can fill a flask from. And I really need some ambrosia if I want to go off the rails. The audio just cut out because that happens sometimes. Sometimes the audio buffer overflows and the only thing you can really do at that point is reset the game. These things happen. If it bugs people, I can restart the game. But for now, I'll just keep going for a bit longer. Almost 8:30 anyway. Well, I mean, I stream until 9:30. That enemy's cool, because when you kill them, they turn into like this little ball thing, and you have to pop the ball, or they just come back to life immediately. It's about half an hour until end of stream, so... not really a stream ending issue. There's ambrosia. Okay. So I want to be very careful, and I want to dig into this from above so that I don't break the globe that's containing it. I nearly broke the globe there. I want to be very, very careful. I want to dig into it from above so I don't spill any. I'm stupid, and I broke it with a teleport bolt because I insist on going fast. Yeah, I'm not getting that. Okay, hopefully there'll be another one. I also had no flasks. I would dump out the concentrated mana flask in a heartbeat for Ambrosia. I keep forgetting that Teleport Bolt, like, actually impacts things and does damage slash breaks things. That's Pheromone, which is nice. I can top up my Pheromone Flask with it. These things drop a ton of copper and have a ton of health, I don't know why. I am avoiding these statues because some of them turn into animated statues, and animated statues can only be killed in a couple of really specific ways, and I don't have access to either way. Not all statues can animate, but the ones that look like this, where it's kind of like recoiling, those have the potential to animate. Anyway, over here is the Alchemist boss fight, which hopefully I will simply one-shot because of my sheer damage output. Okay, not gonna be a one-shot, but I can actually see his health bar moving. Ow. And that's not always a given with this boss, so... Oh wait, no, never mind, there it is. Okay, next shot should kill him. I just have to not die in the meantime and shoot him while his shield is down. Alright. I did not clear out my inventory ahead of this. But I will take... Tau. So all of these spells emulate other spells based on their position in the wand. Tau grabs the next two spells in the wand, which makes it really easy to control. Phi, I believe, copies every projectile in the spell. Sigma, I believe, copies every modifier, and Zeta casts a random spell from a random wand. Zeta we have Greek letter spells at home. There is very little use case for Zeta if you have access to the other letters instead. You use Zeta if you find it in a treasure chest or in a shop early on and you have nothing else. Okay, would really like to find some Ambrosia. I did find some Ambrosia, but I squandered it. But, you know, there's always more fish in the sea. Okay, so these guys are making each other invincible, which is gonna make fighting them a pain unless they step apart, which it looks like they don't want to do. Ow. Oh, that one the sound came back for. Thanks. Anyway, I'm very hurt right now, but this is why I did not grab the full health restore in the cave, so that I could use it right now. I just have to go back. And not take 8 damage along the way. Should be simple enough. Alright. I'll do one more sweep looking for ambrosia. Barely lived is still living. Exactly. Real quick zip around, look for ambrosia. Not finding ambrosia. Technically a little bit of ambrosia there, but it's just not. Yeah, I'm starting to think that I missed my chance, which kind of really sucks, actually. Yeah, the zoomies might not have killed the run in the tower, but they might have killed the run here. I can still get ambrosia elsewhere. It's just that this was like my best shot at it, and I messed it up. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so now it's time to upgrade my digging wand. So check this out. Tau copies the next two spells in the wand, and I can make those spells black holes. This. We really only need like one black hole. I prefer normal black hole or black hole trigger or black hole timer, because black hole timer can cause spell interactions that I don't really want to think about. This is also a shuffle wand, which is not ideal, so we'll put this up here. And this is just limitless black holes now. We can put this back like this. Take this back off. Ditch this, ditch this, ditch this. Decent enough cast speed on that. I got infinite digging. Okay. This is good enough for me. Now, with unlimited digging, I'm going to go on a little bit of a tour. In particular, I'm going to go to the pyramid. I'm going to fight the boss there. Because it can drop a really nice wand, and I want to see if maybe that wand has good stuff on it. If there's nothing good in the pyramid boss, I'm going to go back to Hisi base, and I'm going to dig into the eye chamber, and hope that I can find like a Circle of Vigor there. Circle of Vigor would be the best possible find. That would absolutely save the run single-handedly. Yeah, slash pray. It could happen. Another location I might get ambrosia from is the Wizard's Den, but I don't have... Actually, I totally could kill the Master of Masters. It would be a bit of effort, but I could do it. Okay, one thing at a time. Yeah, the confidence. It's less confidence and more that I know cheese strats, so... Yeah, this thing, this funky looking booger, that's the pyramid boss. Ow, it just poked me. It's only vulnerable from the flanks when it opens its mouth. And I don't appreciate what it's doing there. Come at me. Come on, come on. Open your mouth, open your mouth. Ow. I'm taking a lot of damage just waiting for this thing to, like, open its mouth at me. Please. Like that, yes. Ow. And then it somehow died. I'm not sure why. Okay, what have we got here? Nothing. It can die to its own acid? Maybe. That was weird. Okay. The only other thing to do up here right now would be to grab the money, and I don't need the money. Alright, concentrated mana. It's kind of funny to me that you can have concentrated mana and water mixed together in a flask. Because if you mix concentrated mana and water, it just makes more concentrated mana. They should mix in the flask. That said, I think they're doing that in an update soonish, making it so that the contents of flasks, like, mix if they can mix. So that could be cool. Okay, I am heading back down to the Hisi base. Super TLDR is spells can have different tiers. And Circle of Vigor is, I believe, tier 4, which means it can only spawn around the Hisi base level, which contributes to why it's so ludicrously rare. It's also a static projectile, which means that it cannot spawn on a wand, which means it can only spawn as a spell by itself in a shop, as an always cast on a wand, or in a chest. It is very, very hard to get a Circle of Vigor. If no spawn, fungal, I guess. Ooh, that's true. I could get a version from the fungal caverns. I completely forgot that the fungal caverns existed, to be perfectly honest. I will take a damage field, yes please. I want to be really careful hunting for a potion using black holes, because a black hole pulls other things around it in, and it can and will smash flasks that it gets anywhere near. So I want to be very careful. This would have been a really good one to find early on. That's Worm Pheromone. None of the stuff in here can survive a shot from me. Oh, that's really good. We love Ping Pong Path. You can put Ping Pong Path on a Luminous Drill, and it makes it like 8 times longer. It's amazing. Because I believe as an unlisted bonus on Ping Pong Path, it adds a full second of lifetime to the spell that it's used on. I believe that's the mechanic of why it does what it does. That's Invisibilium. We don't care as much about Invisibilium. Yeah, likely. There's the damage numbers we're hoping for. If memory serves, there's also a... Right, never mind, I just remembered what it is. I was gonna say there's another secret thing Actually, wait, no, I think there is a secret thing above the Fungal Caverns, so I'm gonna go dig to that real fast. The loot is not likely to be amazing, but, you know, better to check it than to not. No, this is just the Alchemist Lab. I'm thinking of something different. Maybe it was to the right of the fungal of the coal mines. It might have been to the right. It's been a little while since I played Noita, so I can't remember the exact locations of everything. Except for like the really important stuff. Okay. We don't care about that. Ow, that was really stupid. This is a really nice early game one that I wish I found back when this was the stage I was actually in. Yeah, low HP is low. It is what it is. We'll take this. We'll throw these off. And I'll grab this for the eggs. Because the... what's it called? The triangle things are also a potential source of healing. Essentially, to really break the game, what I need is I need either like a good source of healing or I need invincibility. I could have gotten invincibility from Ambrosia. And I still could get invincibility from Ambrosia. Ambrosia can spawn in the snowy biome as well. So I might poke around looking for some of that. But I'm also going to try everything in my power to get a Circle of Vigor. Okay. So what I want to do here is kill those rats and not take bite damage. This zone would be completely pitch black if I didn't have All-Seeing Eye. I go here, I disregard this because I don't need it, and I dig straight up from here. And this will take me into a little hidden chamber, which, if you get a really rare secret in the coal mines, you can access. But even if you don't get the secret, you can just dig into it if you're willing to dig through this much snow. No, it's not. Oh no, I dug it from the wrong spot, that's what happened. Not above this diamond, from above the altar over here, that's where you dig up. I knew it was in the magic temple. While we're here, we'll grab the health. Who is shooting me? Oh, it's... Oh, shoot. Wands. That's not good. Why are they so aggressive? Jesus. Anyway, in which Fox remembers that enemies exist. I mean, yeah... Maybe a little. That's not good. Anyway, Sparkbolt triggers. Okay, third time's the charm. Ow! I did not appreciate that one. Oh, I could have used him to use a little bit of cheese. Oh well. Too late now. It was already too late. Yeah, because I already grabbed the health up. What I can do is I can get my health value cut in half and then pick up the max heart. And the max heart's value is added to my current HP maximum. Yeah, here it is. Here's the secret. The max heart is added to my current HP maximum, which then gets redoubled when the debuff wears off. Very meh. Oh well, it is what it is. It was worth looking at. Ow, I just took another stupid hit. Let's not teleport Bolt into a propane tank that will blow up and kill me instantly. Let's not catch fire. My health is getting concerningly low. So I'm just going to grab some stuff. Oh, this mountain's broken. Crap. Well, this is fine. Yeah, hopefully find a pinky at this fountain. Yes. Oh look, a pinky. Excellent. Okay. This time, I promise to treat my girlfriend right. I won't make the same mistakes as before. I'll be sure to kill all of her other suitors so that it's me or the high. Did my shot just bank downwards and kill my girlfriend? Oh my fucking god. Why did it do that? There was no gravity in play. Like, why? This physics... It's a spark bolt. It doesn't... It's not affected by gravity. It shouldn't have gone down like that. Okay, I'm not... 2 girlfriends. Excellent. Okay. It bounces. It doesn't bounce. It's a straight line. Okay, girlfriends, come here, please. Alright, alright. Okay, they don't know how to treat a girl right. Okay, a 3rd girlfriend. Excellent. Okay, all of you, come over here, please. Oh my god, please, stop. I am kicking them so that they want to heal each other and I can stand in the middle. I just kicked her to death. Wow. I am a terrible girlfriend. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, was shot a bunch of rubber. Yes, but I thought that she would have gotten healed up to full and that a 1 damage kick wouldn't kill her. Oh well. Yeah, getting my health back is not gonna get me where I want to go, but it will dramatically increase the odds of me surviving long enough to find an alternate source of healing or invincibility. My health total is actually pretty nice as well. It's almost 500. Iroom / shop maybe? That's exactly where I'm going. Because those are loose spells. Those can be Circle of Vigor or Healing Bolt. Either of which I would take at this point. Alright. Doesn't the perk make Healing Bolt do damage now? Yes, but I can find modifiers for it to reduce the damage so that it heals me again. Actually, with the perk, Circle of Vigor might do damage too. Whatever, I'll figure it out as it comes. Okay, that's just money. The shop could potentially be on the other side of PC Base, and I do want to check the shop in addition to the eye room. I can be a little bit more cavalier with my health now that I have a girlfriend. As long as she doesn't die. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the shop is on the other side. Why did she do that? Why did she go into the cold? I first, though. Yeah, I first would probably be faster and smarter. Let's do that. Yeah. It also teleports me to the shop. Excellent point. I forgot about that. And we just dig like this. It'll take a little while. It's quite deep, but we'll get there. Four disappointments so far. Okay, these were not amazing. And I don't even have room to pick up spells anyway. Oh well. None of these are really worth coming back for. I did not like that I spawned in without doing the quests. Ooh, Light Shot and Acid. Those are both really good. But I don't have room to pick them up. So I gotta drop some stuff by going back to the next Holy Mountain. Yes, I can come back and I can get the Light Shot. Because Light Shot does a couple of things. Light Shot makes the spell dramatically faster, but also makes it do essentially no damage. Which is how I can make Circle of Vigor and... it's how I can make Circle of Vigor and... Healing Bolt not damage me. Just put that there, a little bit of extra damage never hurt anybody. And we'll just dig straight back up, because why not? The gods are mad, but they were already mad, so like, who cares? A couple of real treasure chests, that's cool. An HP up, that's really nice. Page 1, gods are angry. Page 2, very angry. Oh, that's a broken wand. I can actually repair that really quick. Unless my black hole devours it, in which case I can't do shit. The Nala in here is kind of cool, so I'll take that. Nola sets the duration of a spell to 0, which has use. I also noticed that it's roughly time to end the stream, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... First I'm going to grab the 2 spells that I want from the shop, which are Light Shot and Acid. And then the last thing I'm going to do on stream for today is I'm going to go back down to the Temple of the Art, and I'm going to awaken the Gate Guardians and hopefully get a spell drop from them. And I will do that with Egg. Oh, also, I'm putting Light Shot on Black Hole so that it does this. Also, there's a fungal cavern about halfway down the jungle, which could also be a source of ambrosia. But the black hole would probably... Ambrosia! 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 Okay, very careful. Don't smash it. Ambrosia. Excellent. Okay. Okay. That's really good. Now I just need a source of healing, and I can really go off the rails. I just went straight to the collapse trigger. That was really dumb. Oh well. It is what it is. Let's try not to die in, like, the home stretch. Get this poison off of me. Okay. Gods are mad, but I don't care. The gods can stay mad for all I care. Another spell that would be really nice to have would be Circle or Sea of Acid. Ooh, spells. None of them are particularly useful to me. Okay, here's the Gate Guardians, and if I just feed them eggs, you'll see that they are devouring the eggs. And at a certain number of eggs, which I believe is 3, they disintegrate the entire area and get mad and start attacking you. But they're physics objects, so you can kill them with black holes. And they can drop any spell in the game. They did not drop anything useful, but they might have. Yeah. Alright, well. I have a plan for how to proceed. And with the Ambrosia, I actually don't have to do anything particularly risky. So if I could stop getting, like, comboed by this thing. Alright. I am done for the night. It is the end of the stream. It's been a couple of hours. Next week... Yeah, not risky. Well, not risky by Noita standards. That's the end of the stream. I had a wonderful time tonight. I hope you all did as well. If you found yourself here, you had a good time, please consider following if you haven't already. The next time I play Noita will be 5:30 Eastern next Friday. My next stream will be Bravely Default 2 on Sunday at 5:30 Eastern. Did I say 5:30 on Friday next week? I meant 6:30. I hope everybody has an absolutely wonderful night and sleeps well and has good dreams. Next time I play Noita, I am really gonna go off the rails. I've got everything but healing, and I don't need healing where I'm going. Anyway, like I say, repeating myself, but it's worth saying again. Hope you all have an absolutely wonderful night and sleep well. Goodbye.